Simplest case. Determine a continuous differentiable function for which the integral I is equal to integral x1 to x2 f of xy y dash into dx takes the maximum or minimum value which satisfies the prescribed end conditions, that is y of x1 is equal to, prescribed end conditions yx1 is equal to y1 and y of x2 is equal to y2. Let's see how to find. So from the question we can write a given I is equal to integral x1 to x2 f of x y y dash into dx. In the question itself given I takes maxima or minima. So suppose that I is minimum, and you can assume that y of x is an actual minimizing function. It is an actual minimizing function. So you can see a particular interval a to b, you can assume y of x as the actual function, right? Now you can choose any continuous differentiable function y of x which vanishes at the end points. You have to choose such type of function. This two function will be vanished at the certain point. Okay. End points here x is equal to x1 and x is equal to x2. You can take this one x1 and this one x2, right? Then for any condition theta, then for any constant theta, the function y plus theta eta x will satisfy the end conditions. Theta satisfies the end condition. This theta represents nothing but you have to, this is actually a minimizing function. In the same way you have to choose another one minimizing function. Which is noted as theta x. The same time with the same trace we are taking another one minimizing function which is noted as theta x. Now you can see the difference between these two is theta, that is represented here. Then for any constant psi, the function y plus theta x. Now this y replaced as y plus theta eta x. Y is replaced by y plus theta eta of x with a constant psi. But at the end points you have to remind that this theta will be constant, that is theta is equal to 0. Right? At the end points the theta will be equal to 0, or others it will be constant theta. Now you can replace, because of the last slide you've seen that y is replaced by y plus theta eta x. So replace y by y plus theta eta x, so that this is the equation number 1, that is our given equation, given integral in equation number 1. So equation number 1 implies I of theta. Now we are introducing a new constant. So I of theta is equal to integral x1 to x2 f of x comma y is replaced by y plus theta eta of x, and henceforth y dash become y dash plus theta eta dash of x into dx. The theta is constant. So no need to write the theta dash like that. So it's okay. Now in the question itself given the integral takes maxima or minima. In the beginning we assumed I is minimum. So I of psi is minimum. When psi is equal to 0. So at this 2 point psi, that is x1, x2, the psi will be equal to 0. At that time the integral is minimum. Now you know that if the function is minimum, the first derivative will be equal to 0. So here the function, instead of function here we have integral I. So that if I is minimum, you can write the first derivative will be equal to 0. This is possible only if di of psi divided by d psi is equal to 0. The function is minimum, first derivative will be equal to 0 when the psi will be equal to 0. So that you can assume a function let f tilde is equal to, you can consider this value, okay. f tilde is equal to f of x y plus I eta x y dash plus I eta dash of x, and you can differentiate. By differentiating, you can write dou f tilde divided by dou psi is equal to, with respect to psi, so that here there is no psi, so a dou f divided by, it's nearest to the variable y, so dou y into theta, then plus dou f divided by theta with respect to y dash, so y dash into eta dash. Now you can differentiate 2 with respect to, that is 2 is nothing but I of psi is equal to integral etc. just f of replaced by y plus theta eta, that is equation number 2, that integral you can see in the last slide. So here differentiate that 2 with respect to psi, so that this become a di of psi divided by d psi is equal to integral x1 to x2. So here you can see integral f x y plus eta eta comma y dash plus theta eta dash. So while differentiating you will get a dou, this is f, right, dou f divided by dou theta, and this is y plus theta and y dash plus theta, those function view assumed now here as f tilde, so you can write f tilde into dx, d psi. So here it is dou because it consists of 3 variables x, y, y dash. So dou f divided by dou psi, and this f is now replaced by f tilde. So dou f tilde divided by dou psi into d psi. Now you can substitute this value dou f by dou sigma, that is integral x1 to x2. In this place you can substitute dou f divided by dou y theta plus dou f divided by dou, actually this is f tilde, right. So f tilde divided by dou y eta plus dou f tilde divided by dou y dash into e dash into dx. Now f tilde will be f when psi is equal to, psi tends to 0. You can see this is our actual function x, y, y dash, and this is f tilde, that's equal to replace y by y plus eta n, and this one. If you substitute zeta is equal to 0, what this become? F of x, y, y dash. This is our actual. So this f tilde become y only when zeta tends to 0. Now the necessary condition becomes, you can see the function is minimum. So what is the necessary condition? You might know that the necessary condition for the minimum function is the first derivative will be equal to 0. Here the first derivative will be this one. So di of psi divided by d psi is equal to 0. This implies integral x1 to x2 dou f tilde divided by dou y eta plus dou f tilde divided by dou y dash into eta dash into dx is equal to 0. Now you can change this f tilde as f, because f tilde is replaced by f only when f psi is tends to 0. So in this place of f tilde you can substitute as f, right. So dou f divided by dou y eta, dou f divided by dou y dash eta dash is equal to 0. So that this implies integral x1 to x2 dou f divided by dou y into theta dx plus integral x1 to x2 into dou f divided by dou y dash into theta dash dx is equal to 0. Now this implies integral x1 to x2 dou f divided by dou y eta into dx minus this you can do by integration by parts. So this you can assume as u, and this as the remaining you can assume as dv, so that integration u v dash minus integral v du, so that u is equal to dou f by dou y and dv is equal to eta dash into dx, so that you will get by differentiation yes, dou f by u v dash dou f by dou y into eta from the limit x1 to x2 minus integral x1 to x2 into v du. right? So v is here n, eta, and du become d by dx of dou f by dou y dash into dx, and that's equal to 0, right? Differentiate with respect to ex. Now you can write this will be is equal to 0. Collect all the integrals, and before that you can see in the beginning itself that at the end points this theta will be equal to 0. You can see that this is y is a minimum, actually, right, you can see y is the minimum actual minimizing function. At these two end points both will be equal to 0. So at these two end points the zeta will be considered as 0. So the remaining will be integral x1 to x2 this value minus integral x1 to x2 this is equal to 0. So from the last we got integral x1 to x2 dou f by dou y minus d by dx dou f by dou y dash into eta into dx is equal to 0. Since eta of x is an arbitrary function, you can write that dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash is equal to 0. This is rewritten as d by dx of dou f by dou y dash minus dou f by dou y is equal to 0. So this is our required condition if the integral is minimum or maximum, and this has the specific name. This equation is said to be Euler's equation. So remember, a function y of x is minimize or maximize the integral equation, then it must satisfy the Euler's equation. So in this question we seen I is minimum or maximum, so we attained that it satisfies the Euler's equation.